Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Her background, Taekwondo. At 5 feet 4 inches tall, she weighed in officially 125 1/2 pounds. Her professional record stands at 12 victories, 5 defeats, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Pingo de Agua, Minas Gerais, Brazil. Here is Natalia Silva. And across the octagon, her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She's a brawler, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in officially 125 pounds. In 8 fights, her record stands at 7 victories with 1 defeat. Fighting out of Niagara, Ontario, Canada. Here is Jasmine Jasudavicius. And your referee in charge of the action, Jacob Montalvo.
We have had an incredible prelims card. This is our featured prelim. Jasudavicius, the Canadian, is in the red. The Brazilian Natalia Silva in the black.
Silva's striking already looks better than some of the old footage. It's been a while since she's been in the octagon, but she's fighting behind these kicks and she's landing nasty hard ones.
Well, that's the bad thing about all the deficit and the long way out. You don't know how people are going to show up.
You don't know how they're going to look after so long.
Yep. They could be way better. You just don't know what their style is going to look like.
Yep.
December of 2019 was the last outing for De Silva. She rides a 6-fight win streak into this matchup. Her last loss came to Marina Rodriguez back in 2017.
Who is just like the...
Yeah, you know, she's a contender for the title at strawweight right now.
She could legitimately be fighting next.
Absolutely.
Rodriguez.
Big
That left high kick is so fast, too, from Silva.
Jasudavicius hanging on for dear life right now after eating a big shot.
This is where Jasudavicius is good. She's got 2 underhooks. She's got to try to step in front with her right leg to start to rotate. Now she's going back. She's going to try to bear hug her. Silva's doing a really good job of keeping her balance. And for Jasudavicius, who had so much success with all of her takedown attempts in her debut, this is a bit frustrating, right? It's something new to her. And I love that Silva isn't rushing to try to whizzer kick. So many times you see athletes in this position, they start trying to step across. It works once, but then they start getting taken down, trying that technique over and over again. Oh, she go inside trip here. She's got to sag her body off to the side. Great balance by Silva.
Yeah.
It was a smart plan by Jasmine to get right on this clinch because you were seeing Silva very fluent, very quick on the outside, picking her apart, really. And so this kind of just changed the whole momentum of the fight.
Oh, eats an elbow on the way out, but Silva is back at range.
Breaks the rhythm of Silva.
Yes. But this is kind of what you expected from Jasudavicius. She seems to be much more comfortable just standing in front of Silva and then takes a nasty body kick there.
Yeah, that left kick of Silva, keep an eye on it. It comes body, inside kick. She throws the teep kick to the gut. That left kick is very educated for her. It's fast, and she doesn't telegraph it at all.
Silva has proven to be a finisher before her time in the UFC. 10 of 12 victories have come inside the distance. Oh, trying to time a shot. Each of them caught a chin there with a punch.
And honestly, Fitzy, when she was walking to the octagon, we're talking about how good of an armbar she has.
Quick 1-2.
Yeah, look at her hands tonight.
She has the speed advantage, definitely, so far, Silva.
Oh! Is that Muay Thai, DC?
I mean, this looks like a completely different fighter than anything that's out there on her.
Yeah, I mean, it's been over 3 years since she's fought. That's what happens. People show up different. And there's no way to read what she's going to do because of that. Imagine being her opponent. What do you prepare for? How do you watch film and know what's coming?
When there's nothing out there. I mean,
and even though she's on the outside, Silva is the active fighter right now as Jasudavicius trying to plan and put something together.
The footwork of Silva is making Jasmine move her feet, and she wants to plant her feet before she throws. She's not able to because Silva's moving laterally so well, and she's not just moving, she's also striking while she moves laterally. So she's moving Jasmine into the big shots while she moves.
oh my God.
It's very clean.
In and out with the kick to follow.
Very clean striking from Silva.
And because she's moving so much, Jasmine can't find the target to try and shoot.
Gets Gets back into the clinch position. Was unable to land the takedown through the attempts in the early going.
A good balance shown here by Silva.
And using the side of the octagon as a brace. Jasudavicius is going to have to try to get takedowns around the legs of Silva, because right now trying to trip her is not working.
So after you spend an entire round trying to trip, do you drop down to the legs and start shooting?
Right,
that's the question. But what if you don't have that in your arsenal? Then what's the adjustment?
Now you're stuck, right? You got to keep going down the path. And we've seen many athletes do that.
Yep.
But Jasudavicius, while she has the ability to control here, she has not been able to finish any of these takedowns to this point.
It's so important to not just have good hand fighting and good Greco, but you also need to have those shot attempts. You got to be able to take shots.
Good first round for the newcomer from Brazil. Second round is after this. The stars will be out at UFC 276. Adesanya versus Cannonier for a title. Volkanovski versus Holloway 3 goes down. Pedro Munoz and Sean O'Malley, Sean Strickland, Alex Pereira. Does not get much better than this. UFC 276 from T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. It's Saturday, July 2nd, only on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Back to Natalia Silva, who stays in rhythm.
Jasudavicius needs to move her head. Her corner gave her some great advice. They said, drop the lock from behind her back to under the butt. Try to get to a double leg. But right now, she can't even find Silva.
Well, that's the issue with the footwork is we're seeing Jasmine wants to plant her feet to get a hold of her, but the movement's too much so far. So as much as you want to get in the face of Silva, you got to head her off and get her in a box. Finally, Jasmine was able to get a hold of her. Let's see what she can do with it here.
There's a chance here if she rotates. She's got to rotate the other way, though, Dom. See how she's got the seatbelt going across with the right arm? She's got that hip. She's got to rotate.
Yep. Silva reverses. Wow.
That's that same throw we talked about earlier, right?
Same throw you were talking about.
Same as when you're in there.
You got to time it, though, and she timed it at the right time. She didn't show it early. She waited until it would work, and she's thrown it one time, and she waited for the perfect timing in Silva to land that.
Well, Silva has passed every test through the first 9+ minutes of this fight.
If she can find some space
6+ minutes.
I am so impressed with Natalia Silva and the improvements that she has made. She is a much different fighter today than what she was.
And you got to hand it to Jasmine, too. She tried it. She attempted dropping down to the legs, as her corner said.
Yep.
And Silva just made the right adjustments. She's continually doing so right here. The whizzer, the turning the hips, and the twisting out. Very pretty.
If you're Jasudavicius, I'm still on one leg. Try to make her keep that balance while you're moving her around on one foot.
Nobody's got a single leg like you, DC.
No, but
Come
I'm
on,
just saying,
let's be honest.
you got to start making people move around on one foot, one leg.
You can't do what you do. Let's be real. It's not simple to do that. And people learn it. You're right, though. It would work.
Because right now, Silva has shown such a tremendous ability to spread her legs, get underhooks. It was like Aldo back in the day. That's why nobody could take Aldo down. They would use defense to defend themselves. But it's much more difficult when you get them on one foot, moving back out to the center to try and make them use their balance to stay upright.
I'm taking notes right now.
You can do all those actions, Cruzy.
See the way she circles out, and you see that Jasmine's going down the center line trying to attack, but it's just not there. There's a shot, and she went for it, just not quite quick enough, and she wasn't able to time the striking of Silva to get underneath.
Now she's
There's
on
the single.
Yep.
Let's see what she can do.
Look, now she's got a chance. She switched to a double.
Oh, nice balance by Silva there. And this is what you don't know or see from somebody if you don't watch him fight for so long. Now a beautiful throw. She's just 5 steps ahead of her.
Heavy elbows now. Oh, and more.
Oh my gosh.
Silva close to ending this one.
The arm is trapped and she's unloading. Again, another whizzer.
She is beating Jasudavicius up. Wow.
We knew he had great fights tonight, great fighters, great prospects on the rise. We didn't know what Natalia Silva had.
And what you're learning about Silva is if you let this young lady get on rhythm, she's going to pick you apart, and she's going to be hard to hit. She's going to be hard to find. Look, the rest she's getting right now allows her to throw that. There's no pressure. There's no strikes. So Silva's resetting right now, and she's on rhythm and on timing. She's got everything she needs to just keep unloading on Jasmine.
I think Jasmine now is kind of accepting, like, oh, my goodness.
She's
She's much better. Yeah, I can't find her. I can't take her down. I can't stand with her. It's like, it's really going sideways for Jasudavicius.
Best work that Jasmine could do right now is continually attack the body, which is what her corner was asking for, but you got to attack the body of Silva because you can't hit it in the head.
Oh, and another one with that left kick. How about the crowd here in Texas chanting Silva for the Brazilian, who's a newcomer?
It's, good right hand there.
And now you're seeing Jasmine follow instead of head off. So she's not heading off, she's now following, which sets up Silva on bigger strikes as the fight moves forward. You got to head off your opponent, meaning not following him everywhere they go. And Silva's leading the dance right now.
Well, when they follow D, it's like they go in, it's just a circle. They make big circles around the octagon. That's why you see them doing this.
Yep.
Every few seconds they pass in front of us because she's not, like you said, heading her off.
Well, 2 great rounds for Silva. Jasudavicius is still in it.
Lucas, you out? Yeah. Breathe, Jazz. Deep breath here. Yep, you need to finish. Yeah. Jazz, on the takedown, you got to step and pop your hips to throw her, okay? Or get the double leg and get your hands joined, okay? Take your time, take a breath here. 5 minutes for the rest of your life.
Striking sensation, Calvin Kattar goes toe-to-toe with Josh Emmett. That's our main event. It's coming up next on ESPN. Dean Thomas, what have you seen through 10 minutes so far?
Tell you what, Jasmine finds herself in a very difficult spot because now for her to get offense, she's going to have to do something desperate. And she's going to try to get this to the ground. And let's not forget, Silva's best move is the armbar. So she's in a very tough spot here.
You know, in these moments, you learn about these new teams that pop up. And I think the corner of Jasudavicius gave her great advice. They told her exactly what she needed to do. So they passed the first test. Can the athlete respond? They didn't sugarcoat anything to her. They told her straight up, you have got to win this round. You've got to try to get a finish. Try to make this 5 minutes feel like it's the last 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes for the rest of your life. And I think that was a great message that they gave their athlete.
And they also urged her to move forward. But despite the advancing early on, we've seen Silva, as she just did there, still land her shots. And Silva has logged a lot of mileage and steps in there with her movement around this 30-foot octagon.
It takes a lot of cardio to do what
She
Silva's
doesn't
doing
look tired
as
at
well.
all.
It takes a lot of cardio to move the way she's moving, to slip, to hit and not get hit.
As she does so again there, sticks a punch, leans out, and has just been tough for Jasudavicius to find. Quick 1-2 from Silva.
Some kicks would really help Jasmine if she would throw a jab and a right kick.
Or kick the body, kick
one
the
one
legs.
and the other.
Kick the legs as she tries to escape, right? She can't cut her off.
Just kicks in general would really serve Jasmine. There's a beautiful shot. That was the best shot she's taken, but good defense. The problem was she took a double leg with her head on the inside. You got to have your head on the outside of the hip and run it like in the shape of an L in order to finish, and she did not do so. So Silva did the right adjustment, kept the head on the inside, and now she's on the whizzer.
All she had to do was get to the corner, make it try. Like Dom said, cut the corner, get across the body. Make an L when you take the shots. All you young athletes trying to learn wrestling, the double leg is straight in, create an angle, you're going at an L.
And especially with the octagon fence behind you, if you try to run a double leg straight in a line, they're going to get to the fence and then defend it. And that's what we're seeing here. Silva doing a great job utilizing the fence to defend and then staying on the outside, using her footwork, sticking and moving.
That leg kick bothered Jasudavicius. The redness is starting to pile up on the back of that left thigh.
What I like so much about Silva is that She only fights where she's comfortable and where she wants to fight. She dictates all the engagements.
It's all lateral movement. It's all
She's like, okay, here we go. Watch, she's gonna go now. Yep. I'm comfortable here. I feel good. I move. I'm out of the way. Yep.
And the check hooks are nice because when you see Jasmine come down the center line, you're seeing Silva hit the check hook and then the left kicks.
She just doesn't allow her to lead. She leads every single exchange.
With the feet.
Yep.
The feet are what are leading. The feet are what are leading this fight right now. The footwork is what's leading this fight.
But I think to your point, in round one, it's very apparent now, as you're getting ready for Natalia Silva, that you cannot let her get into her flow, right? Because for minute one, she was flowing. And this is exactly why she looks like she does right now.
Jasudavicius trying to force the issue. She runs and jumps her way to another body lock.
And that's amazing, right? That's what you want from an athlete. She's behind. She's trying anything to try to get to Silva.
And that's what you got to hand it to her. There, she gets her hands locked, can't get it. Silva also showing how strong she is.
Run the pipe. You got to run the pipe here. She should be circling back to her left. Shoulder pressure into the thigh of Silva to try to sit her to her butt. Silva's doing a tremendous job with the takedown defense.
She's stuffing the head very well, and that's one of the things you don't see a lot from wrestling defense is the head stuff, and you're seeing Silva use it so well. Nice push kick to the face. I mean, she's eaten very little shots, and she's picked apart Jasmine from the outside the whole fight, essentially.
She has. I mean, she's looked as good as a debutant fighter has looked in a really long time.
Final 20 seconds as Natalia Silva looks to salt this one away. She went over 100 total strikes, defended all 6 takedown attempts, led the dance when she wanted to, scored 2 of 3 takedowns of her own. And flyweight has a new fighter to watch. The counter hammer fist nearly sat down Jasudavicius. What a performance for the Brazilian. We'll wrap up the prelims when we come back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. The judges have it 30-26, 30-27, and 30-27, all for your winner by unanimous decision, Natalia Silva!